This week on the Spotlight, Tony La Russa, one of the greatest managers of all time and a personal friend, will be on the show. And Mike Ditka, a great football coach and a great player. I'd like to think he's a friend, will be on the show. Scott Podsednik, I kind of got to know him a little bit. Very important in the White Sox scheme of 2005. And Greg Maddux, I would call him a friend. 355 wins, need I say more? Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, it's the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Gilhooly's for my trivia night, 3901 West 103rd Street near St. Xavier. Friday, June 22nd at 8 p.m. will be the next one. Music, movies, TV, sports, and your requests. Great fun. I'll see you there. You've got to get to the SOC. Live Benkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays, 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to the Wise Owl at Van Buren and Racine. Pizzas, pork sliders, Cuban sandwiches, carrot soup, elote, burgers, tacos, salads, and more. Great cocktails and great bartenders. A tremendous array at the Wise Owl, Van Buren and Racine. See you there. Lulu's has it all. Italian beef, hot dogs, burgers, chicken, gyros, fish, salads, subs, ribs at Taylor and Ogden, 2200 West. A great place. Lulu's has what you need. Stop in, check it out, eat there, take it with you. Lulu's, a great, great West Side tradition. We're back in the Spotlight, and we're talking to a man very familiar to Chicago fans and to all my radio fans and TV fans. Of course, it's Tony La Russa. And Tony, your club is hitting on all cylinders. A lot of people thought that maybe when Mark went down, there'd be a little bit of a power outage, but you've been pounding the baseball against the White Sox.
Well, it's always what you do next, so we'll see what happens in the last game of the series. But Walt Jockey's done a terrific job of giving us a deep roster, and the whole first half. We played most of the time without somebody, but we have quality people that step in. We're just hoping when we get down to the nitty-gritty that we'll be able to put our team on the field and get everybody healthy then.
I was talking to the White Sox and have all year, which is part of my job, of course, and they have a young team with a low payroll for the most part, and a lot of people who are just very eager, and that seems to give them a great clubhouse chemistry. You seem to have some pretty excellent chemistry on this club. How do you characterize it?
Well, we have a nice balance. We really have some young guys with a lot of enthusiasm, got a lot of career ahead of them. We have some guys right in the prime, and then we have some quality veterans like Eric Davis and Sean Dunston, Mark McGuire. I mean, these guys have been through the wars, and they're really good people. So the guys really enjoy themselves, enjoy each other's company. I've been reading about the White Sox, and it's good to see it. I'm really pulling for them. But we have a similar situation where guys really like to be together, except there's difference in ages.
One guy who I got to know, and I'm continuing to be amazed at his success, is Sean Dunston. And he always had the raw tools, but he never seemed to be able to harness his speed and his power hitting. And you move him around like a chess piece. Where did you get the idea that you could go from position to position with him so successfully as you have?
Well, it's just, later in his career. I mean, if this was early in his career, I wouldn't be doing it. But, now he understands his role on this team. It really is to be ready to do whatever. He comes off the bench. He plays different positions, And the only thing we try to talk to him the last couple of years is to have some fun with the outfield play. If you're an infielder, going to the outfield it can be a lot of fun, especially for Sean, because he's still got terrific legs and terrific arm. So he goes out there and all you got to do is catch fly balls. And I just think that when you get later in your career, sometimes when you have responsibility to play different positions, it keeps you fresh.
Yeah, well, it's certainly working. As you look to the last 70 games or so, what do you want to keep doing? What would you like to fine-tune on your club to keep your club rolling toward a first-place finish?
Well, we make sure we don't start patting ourselves on the back too soon. Everything's in front of you, and you can't ever disrespect the game and the competition. It isn't. We've got a nice start on it. We've been playing good. So what we got to do is just keep it simple. With the series we're playing, we try to make it the most important of the year. We try to make sure the other club doesn't have more effort than we do, and then in the end, it comes down to who plays the best. Baseball is meant to be played right. You make pitches, you have good at bats, you make key plays, you don't play crazy. So we try to do those things.
It sounds simple, but it isn't that simple, is it?
It is when you got good players. It makes it easier.
Well, we'll be looking for you and the White Sox maybe in a fall classic. I think a lot of people in Chicagoland would love to see that. You certainly have your fans showing the ability to come up here, and we'll be looking for that in a couple of months to come.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland, EDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage.
On a night that got very cold and breezy, especially for Buddy Ryan and the Eagles, the Bears maintain and win it 27-13 with an especially strong performance defensively in the second half. Randall Cunningham threw 3 interceptions, 2 of them into the hands of Sean Gale, who also recovered a fumble. A fine performance by him on the night. Mike Tomczak threw 3 touchdown passes to RoboCop Thornton, also one to Dennis McKinnon, and to Matt Suhey, who got back in the swing of the offense and was a key performer here tonight. Also offensively, Neil Anderson scored a touchdown. A fine performance overall. Mike Ditka's got to be pleased as the fans actually taunted Buddy Ryan with about 4 minutes left in the game, chanting, "Buddy, Buddy," rhythmically.
Praise for our defense, the effort they put out, containing a great quarterback and creating some turnovers that really put us in the football game. That was the key to the football game. Offensively, we made a few mistakes, so we kind of got mixed up on a few things, but I thought overall there was some pretty darn good execution, and anytime you stick 8 men up at the line of scrimmage, you're susceptible to play passes, and our play passes were the bread and butter of our offense. It's basically what we did well against them, and it's hard to cover them when you got everybody up there, and they were committed to stopping the run, and finally, after we did establish some of the passing game, we got into the run, so it worked out pretty good for us. They're a good football team. And maybe, I don't know, when you really analyze, maybe we are a little lucky. But I tell you what, if that's the name of what we are, I love it. I don't want it to change ever because our guys had fun. They were committed and they had fun out there today. They stayed focused all day, and I like that. That was good.
You really came up with some big drives when you needed them for scores.
Well, I'm very proud of him. You know, I thought Mike, the interception, they played man, that was a play you throw away. It's just, you know, you throw that one out because you don't throw that ball. But he knows that. Now you learned, okay. I thought there were 2 other third down plays that we had called that were executed well. For some reason, we couldn't get the ball off. And that was about, other than that, I thought he handled what we were doing very well out there. We had a lot of movement, a lot of changes of formations, moved the tight end out a lot. And I think by doing this, it does, not that we're capable of confusing anybody, but it does break down some of their coordination in the defense because it's based on being able to control that tight end by being one over him and one outside him. And when you get him out of there, it kind of breaks down that sequence anyway. So there were some good things that we did, and I thought Greg called a very good football game. I thought Vince handled it, the defense excellently. Our coaches did a good job. There's a lot of effort out there. So we're very proud, as I said, maybe a little lucky, and enjoy your hamburgers, boys.
Matsui touchdown. You know, looking back on our game plans in past weeks, we knew that we were becoming too stereotypical down on the goal line, and we ran a little fake slant. Matsui crossed in the backfield and was wide open. And that old timer keeps on doing it. I love him. Well, the offensive line is superior, and I think every game we go into, we have the utmost confidence that as long as we play well up front, we can control most of the running game and the pass protection. But those guys are fantastic. You know, they're elated in the locker room right now because you know, it's a great performance. They're one of the best defensive lines in the division right now.
Every time they came up with, they got with a little striking distance, you guys answered with decent drives, including the one to.
Yeah, I think the big third quarter drive was very crucial because they battled back into it, and they're a tough ball club. And you know, what can you say? You know, you go 90 yards on a drive like that, it's something to speak about. And you know, it's a great team effort today because Randall Cunningham is a heck of a quarterback, and you give him the opportunity to throw some touchdown passes, they get right back in that ball game.
The Thornton touchdown, was that developed just as you called it?
Well, you know, we called that play about 4 or 5 times today, and you know, fortunately, I was able to sneak it in there, and Jim Thornton was able to keep his balance and get in the end zone. It was a knockout punch. It was definitely a big play and a big touchdown on our back. Well, we had, you know, 3 primary guys, and I first looked at McKinnon, and the corner came off, and I could have hit McKinnon in the end zone, but you know, I snuck it in there to Jim Thornton.
We couldn't tell who the first one.
No, you know, I don't compete against quarterbacks and everything. I just compete with myself, and you know, I know what my expectations are, and you know, I just take one play at a time. And with the offensive line, it makes your job a little bit easier. With the running back of Neil Anderson, Thomas Sanders, Suey, Muster, makes your job a whole heck of a lot easier. And we had great productivity in our tight ends today, our wideouts, and we had some great crucial third down plays today. And I think you guys would agree with that.
One guy who had a great game was Dennis McKinnon. The Brave wide receiver made a superb catch in the end zone in traffic. How about it, Silky D?
It was just a rear end, because just like getting hit back with a car like whiplash. But, you know, in this game, you're going to get hit. So I knew I was going to get hit, so I just made sure I made the catch. And hopefully I didn't knock my roommate out.
Did he hit you harder than most defensive backs do?
No, I got hit hard on a punt, but it only hurt for a second.
You guys have to be excited about the way you guys continue to protect Mike. I mean, not just the line, but you guys are receivers, and I know you take pride in your blocking as much as anything.
Well, it's a collective effort, and I think, you know, one man can't be singled out. I think we won ugly in certain ball games, but certain individuals have risen to the occasion. Certain aspects of our game have risen to a certain level, and we found a way to win it the last 4 weeks. And we got to continue to do that. We're basically focused one game at a time, and we've had some injuries to some veteran ball players, but young guys have come in and filled in well. And you know, we're still focused on trying to get to New Orleans, and we know every team that we play is always trying to knock the Bears off the hill. Regardless of what the experts say, we're not ready to give up the title yet.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous Grade of Cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget,
the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
You've got to get to the Sock Live Minkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's.
Welcome to another edition of the Spotlight. There's no question where we are. It's the Cub Convention. Emotions running high. There's nothing like this. And there's a tension, an electricity in the building that is hard to define. And it was here from the opening seconds that we arrived. And you'll be seeing it in the upcoming weeks as we bring you increments of our interviews at the Cub Media Social. So with the fans enjoying every second of it, and we media enjoying it as much as we allow ourselves to, let's get inside. We'll start off by talking to some of the big guns from the 04 team, familiar faces from the past, and we'll get their assessments on what's going to be happening with the 2005 Chicago Cubs. And let's face it, optimism running very, very high.
I know, it's been a while, but I mean, it's a neat event. I mean, the people here are, they definitely have a team, and, you know, everybody knows it, and it's an honor to come back here again.
Greg, how much overwhelming?
Well, that's just how it is. Yeah, I mean, it's part of the atmosphere, and
You're an outspoken guy, but a great team guy. When a guy walks away from a team like that, is it hard to accept back? I mean, does he have to apologize to the team like Sammy did the last day of the year?
I understand. I mean, you know, it's just unfortunate, but we've all had days like that, and you know, some guys handle it better than others.
How will you bounce back from 04? I mean, it seems like there isn't a lot left you can learn, but did you learn anything last year?
Well, hopefully I did. I mean, I think, you know, you just try to figure out, for me personally, just try to figure out what the hitters are trying to do off you, and hopefully you won't throw it where they want. And as far as learning stuff, I think I appreciate stuff more. I think it's not so much what you learn, you just kind of start to appreciate things a little bit than you have in the past. And I had a great time last year. I know we came up short. I mean, the last couple days, I'm not going to let the last couple days ruin the whole year for me personally. And, you know, we'll just keep fighting and try again, you know, next month. It's
Now, he lacks that leadership. I know that's an overstatement sometimes because
it is.
Because
No,
you know,
it
on
is.
the teams with Atlanta that you had, you know, everybody just took care of themselves.
And it happens here too. I mean, you know, we just didn't win the last week of the season. I think I wish I knew why. I wish there was a reason. It just didn't happen for us. And you know, but you keep fighting and you move on. And if there's anything you can learn from it, hopefully you will, and we can apply it to next year and make us that much better.
How nice will it be to have a healthy starting five to start the season?
I mean, that's the key. You know, I think if our pitchers can get 33, 35 starts a year, I think we have an excellent chance to win.
Greg, how do you, when you looked at last year and you led the team in innings pitched, how do you go adjust for every year and age? What do you do? Or do you do anything?
Pitch. When it's your turn to pitch, you pitch. I mean, that's really the only difference. I think, you know, if you make your starts, you can put up numbers. And, you know, for me, that's what it's always been about. When the fifth day rolls around, and it's your turn to pitch, you pitch.
Are you making any? Do you have to make any physical adjustments at this stage of your life, or do you?
You do, yeah. I mean, you got to work out a little bit differently. You try to eat a little bit differently. It doesn't always work that way, but you do have to spend a little bit more time taking care of yourself and maybe trying to eat a little bit better.
Maddox will shoot for the 18th time to win 15 or more games, more times than even Cy Young himself. And he has a shot at recording his 3,000th strikeout in 2005. More Maddox soon.
You've got to get to Jack's, 3325 Ridge Road in Lansing. My trivia game has switched to alternate Tuesdays at 7 p.m. for the summer. I'll see you at Jack's for good food and good games. You've got to get to Oliver, 6100 West 159th Street for my live trivia, alternate Wednesdays now at 7 p.m. It's a great place with great food and drink and fun. Get to Oliver's on a Wednesday. I'll see ya. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place.
Frank doesn't let me do this at the Real Park, but it's a cool little stand that the PR department set up, and for a small fee you can get your picture taken in the White Sox locker of your choice. Konerko, Rowan, and Thomas are offered. A couple interviews were done here for television as well. But the overall feeling, of course, at SoxFest was of great excitement and great optimism. Every player we talked to was clearly jacked up about things. So let's get to it right now and start playing you the 05 White Sox and their feelings about the upcoming season.
That's what I bring to a ball club, is my ability to get on base and get in the scoring position. So
is it a double adjustment for you next year, both to a new league as well as adjusting back to the pitchers after your rookie year?
I don't think so. The good thing is well, I don't know those guys as much, but on the other side, they don't know me as much too. So I'm looking at it as a fresh start, similar to my rookie season, coming in and trying to catch some guys by surprise and get things going.
You like the dimensions of the U.S. Cellular? It's the easiest home run park in baseball.
I'm not worried about home runs. I couldn't tell you the dimensions of center or left or right field, but I'm just going to try to hit those gaps.
How about where you play in the outfield defensively?
It doesn't make that much of a difference, and I think if you go ask Aaron or any of the other guys, it's not going to be that big of an adjustment. Wherever Ozzie and Kenny feel that I'm going to best suit the ball club, then that's where we'll play. But an adjustment from left to center or right or anywhere else shouldn't be that big of a deal.
Scott, you're replacing a really popular player for White Sox fans. Do you feel any extra pressure for that?
No.
You're the new face there?
I'm not going to sit here and try to put added pressure on myself. The game is hard enough to do. But Carlos Lee was a tremendous asset to this ball club. He did great things. And if you compare his game and my game, it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. But as far as our value to a ball club, I'm going to try to step in and try to produce and provide some offense to this team.
Offensively, how satisfied or dissatisfied were you with your performance last year, especially compared to your rookie year?
Well, it really didn't compare to the season I had the year before. I was unhappy with my numbers, obviously, but I learned some valuable lessons. I learned some things that are going to benefit me, like I said, down the road. So it's just all about making the adjustments, bouncing back, and getting out there and getting going again.
What, if anything, do you know about your new manager?
I just met him just a couple of seconds ago. We exchanged a hello. I know he's aggressive. I know he's real outgoing. He likes to have fun. And, from the sound of it, I think I'm going to fit on in right here. I'm pretty intense at times. I like to be aggressive. So I think his style of play and my style of play are pretty similar.
How exciting is it for the team to rebuild around the lines of what your strengths are?
Well, it's exciting. I can't sit here and talk about a lot about last year and what went on. I was in the other league trying to take care of my things. But from what I read, if we're not playing playoff baseball in October, from the people of this organization, the players, most importantly, are going to be disappointed. So.
What's it like to be with a team that's got the wherewithal to get a guy like El Duque and Krasinski right after you? Good to see those guys come in.
I do. I think they've made some great acquisitions to this ball club. Some guys that are going to come in, step in, and help offensively and defensively. So, we have a lot of positives to look forward to. So it's going to be fun.
Brewers had a pretty good rivalry with the Cubs, and I don't know how much you've learned about the White Sox-Cubs rivalry. What do you know about it?
I don't know much about the Cubs, White Sox, but I do know that Miller Park turned into Wrigley Field real quick when the Cubs came into town. So if it's anything like that series was, it's going to be pretty exciting. But I know that the Chicago fans are real passionate about their respective teams, and that's just going to provide more excitement.
What happened? You're getting here a little late today. Flight problems? Or?
Had some mechanical issues there in Dallas. So.
You got here faster than they thought. They still thought you were there, and here you are talking.
Yeah, we made it pretty quick. So.
He stole 70 bases. You can get anywhere.
He's going to teach me.
You set the bar.
Aaron, what's going on?
Oh,
Good to see you.
Sorry about that. Have you guys? Yeah. There you go. For some of us who just got here late, I'm sorry. Excited about your new teammates, the new acquisitions. Just the whole frame of the way they're building this new Sox team.
A number of things to be excited about. The list goes on. But like we were just talking about, some of the new acquisitions that have made, it's going to do nothing but help the ball club, offensively and defensively. I think the group of guys, from what I understand, is a good tight-knit group, which becomes important. Chemistry is big on winning ball clubs. You got to be able to get along in the clubhouse as well as on the field. So when I look around and see a lot of smiles on the guys' faces, I think everyone's excited about 05.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open.
And finally, congratulations to the Golden State Warriors, NBA champions again, and the Washington Capitals' first time as Stanley Cup champs. But I was rooting for Vegas. See you next week. You've been watching the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. Perfect Pitch located at 108th and Kedzie. Take your vehicles there for great repairs.
This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop.
Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.